Hi, I'm Aaron from Columbia. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install your taper head repair kit. For the CT-R2 repair kit, you'll need a pair of pliers, flathead screwdriver, pair of needle nose, set of Imperial Allen keys. You receive 2 ratchet gears, 2 CT76 wafer washers, 1 CT4, 1 CT5, 2 CT2s, one CT15 and 1 CT16. The CT-R2 repair kit replaces the ratchet gears, the bushings inside the head and on the outside of the head. What that does, if these wear out, the brake in your ratchet gears, then you get mud slumps, which causes dry spots in your tape. Why you replace the bushings on the head is as they wear out, you start wearing into the metal, and it can also leak on the sides here if your bushings wear out. So now we're going to take the head apart to get inside so we can replace all these items. Start by removing the pin that holds your cap on, then your cap. To take your top wheel off, push back on this brake lever till your top wheel spins in neutral. Take a set of pliers, put it in the open setting. Hold the chain on top of your small sprocket. Use your hand and reverse the top wheel. That takes the small sprocket off. Take a 5/64 Allen key, put it in the top wheel, inside. There's a FA258 in there which holds your CT70 in place. Reverse that out. Remove your CT70 and your top wheel. Also remove the CT2 bushings. Once you've done that, you have access to your brake. To remove your brake, use a flathead screwdriver in the pan screw. Loosen, you don't need to remove. Advance it forward, take your needle nose and remove your old brake. To remove the clutch, to get at the bushings inside, use the same 5/64 Allen key. Loosen the FA258 that's in your cable spool. Take it out, the cable is going to unwind. Remove your clutch. Your clutch rod, your large sprocket. Sometimes the bushings come off with the large sprocket, otherwise it will be inside the CT3A there. Now it's time to replace all the parts. The longest part of this repair is replacing the ratchet gears. There's 4 screws on either side. You have to remove those. Push down nice and hard so you don't strip the screw out. Once you have one removed, go to the next. Once you've removed all your screws, now it's time to take your hubs off of these ratchets. Remove the 2 screws. And remove the 2 other screws. Now the fun part, we get to put it all back together again. Now there's 2 sides to each ratchet. There's a side that has a rough edge and a side that has a smooth edge. Put your hub on the inside where there's the rough edge. When you put these screws in, don't tighten them down all the way, just put them in loosely, just for these 2. Same thing for these ones, leave them loose. When you're putting the hub back in, you have a threaded hole there that holds the CT70 in place using the FA258. Make sure you line that hole up with the hole on your top wheel. Just like that. Don't tighten the screws until you have them all in. Once you have all the screws in place, then you can tighten them down. Remember to leave these 2 in the middle loose. Same thing goes for the other side. Line your threaded hole up with the hole that's in the top wheel. Okay, now we'll set these middle ones. How you do that is you take your CT70 shaft, put it through the center of the top wheel, then tighten down the screws. Do the same on the other side. Why you do that is just to make sure that they're lined up properly, so that this can slide in and out. Now that we have the top wheel back together, we're going to put all the head parts back into place. Take your new CT15 and your new CT16 brake, assemble them together, slide them into the brake holder. Once you have it in, to place it, it's easier to use your needle nose pliers. Push it against so it's parallel. Push it up against the wall of the side plate. Pull it back a little bit and then tighten your screw down. If you don't have it up against the wall, your brake can fall off. So it should be able to move, but your brake shouldn't be able to come off. Okay, push it back now. When you're replacing your CT2 Nylotron bushings, you'll notice there's a little tab on them, that is a locator to go inside and match up with the tab inside the taper head. So you spin it around till it drops into place. Same thing with the other side. It'll just drop into place. Double check that your CT70 shaft slides through nicely without hesitation. I'm noticing it's a little bit tight. How you can fix that is you check, see what's causing the tightness. If it's off a little bit, you can always use your hands to adjust it up or down, left or right. So you can see it's kind of hitting at the top there. I'm going to adjust it so it can bend down a little bit. There. Now it slides through nicely. You want it to slide through nicely because that's how your top wheel is going to run. You don't want interference. Okay, take your top wheel, place it between the two bushings, take the shaft, put it through. Afterwards, you have to line the shaft up. There's a hole in it right there that has to line up with the threaded hole on your top wheel. You can look through that hole there to see that it's lined up properly. Once you have the shaft hole and the top wheel hole lined up, take your 5/64 Allen key with FA 258 screw, thread it in, and lock them in place. Next, we're going to replace the old bushings on the sprocket. To do this, remove them. Just push the old one out. Use the needle nose to pull that out. Replace them with your new ones. Take the CT4, put it into the sprocket. Take the CT76, put it around the outside of the sprocket. Take your CT5, put it on to the back of the sprocket. Okay, now to put it in place, take your main chain, put it around the teeth, slide it into the CT3A bushing there. Remove your cable spool. Take the old CT76 off. Replace it with the new one. Put that back into place. Take your clutch, put it through the sprocket and into the cable spool. On the clutch, you'll see a flat spot. You want to line that up with the threaded hole on the cable spool here. Take your 5/64 Allen key and 258 set screw. Tighten it down. To make sure it's on that flat spot, loosen it a little bit and turn it to make sure it doesn't spin. Put tension on the two, pull them together, and then just a little bit pull your clutch out, just to give it a little bit of play between the sprocket there so it can move left and right. I didn't do it enough there, so I'm going to loosen it off. Your sprocket should move left and right just enough that it's not too tight that it's going to seize up, but it's loose enough that it'll spin nice. Then take your small sprocket, put it into the main chain, place it on the threads of your CT70 shaft, Roll your top wheel forward until it gets tight. Take your pliers on a wide setting, put them onto the sprocket and chain at the same time, and give it a final tighten by rolling the top wheel forward. Now it should roll nice. Now it should roll nice. Pull your brake forward. Once your brake's on, your top wheel should roll nicely, should make a nice sound, and shouldn't roll backwards. Take your cable pulley, put it back on, put the cable back onto it. Take your push rod, put it back in place, close the mud gate on top of it. Replace the taper cap, making sure that that shim on the taper cap goes between these two wheels here. Push it in place. Take your taper pin, slide it into place, and you're ready to roll. Thank you for watching today's repair video. For more instructional videos, please go to ColumbiaTools.com.